Hello, students. Good morning, good afternoon. Okay, so before we continue reading the Battle of the Alamo, I want us to kind of, summarize what has already happened. So, to begin off with, the conflict that occurs in the story, the Texians versus Mexico. Basically, Davy Crockett, William Travis, Jim Bowie, and 150 untrained men are fighting the Mexican army. Highly trained, they outnumber them. They have thousands. And basically, they're fighting for Texas is fighting for their independence from Mexico because of the president of Mexico, Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna. He basically is creating harsher laws that some of the Texians are just like, we don't want to follow those, so let's fight, And it's a tough battle, and those of you who know the history of the Alamo, you know the outcome. Those of you who don't, try to make some predictions as to what you think might happen in the remainder of this text. So, if you were paying attention to the point of view in the previous lessons, they use second person point of view, you. Activate that prior knowledge and ask yourself, why do they use the pronoun you in this story? Okay, so put pause and discuss with a partner in your group right now. Okay, so once you have done that, I want you to go ahead and turn to page 297 right now. Like I said, we are already in the midst of the battle. They're basically burning down the villages and burning down parts of the Alamo as illustrated here in this page 296. And I want you all to focus on paragraph 34 on page 297. And I want you all to make an inference. It says here, Travis is grateful they have come, yet worry shows on his face. And in that paragraph, they're referring to how John Smith received 32 men, extra men, to help him fight. Why does he still have concern on his face? Let's make an inference about that. Okay, so put pause on that and discuss your inference with a partner. Okay, so once you've made your inference, I want you all to share with the rest of the class. Basically, he knows that they're greatly outnumbered, that an extra 32 is basically like putting on a band aid on a gunshot wound. It's not really going to help. And he realizes that. Um, I want you all to look at the illustrations on page 296 and 297 and ask yourself, how does this help you better understand some of the events in the narrative? So basically, the illustrations, they show and include details that aren't included in the text. For example, on page 296, we see men with rifles who are protecting those who are setting these ablaze. And it sort of gives you a sense of urgency that is not conveyed in the text. And that kind of captures the importance of why we look at illustrations and captions. And it's not just to kind of uh, break up the text, but it's just so that we gives the readers a sense of what's going on in the story. Okay, so now go ahead and turn the page to 298. I want you all to reread paragraphs 42 to 44. And I want you all to remember text structure. Remember, one of the text structure was cause and effect. I want you all to look at what Travis is doing here. He drew a line in the sand and basically tells them, you either go home or you stay and fight with us. Okay, so think about it. What's the cause? What's the effect of that action that I just described to you? Which one's the cause? Which one's the effect? Put pause on the video and discuss this with a partner. Oh, stay out there, Jackson. No, no, I'm working. No, stay out there. No, 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 stay out there. Stay out there. No, no, stay out there. Okay, so basically, the cause is he's drawing a line in the sand. The effect, people step over the line, expressing their intention to stay and fight, and others stay on the other side, saying that they're just going to go home to their families. Now, I want you all to read 298, 299, and I want you to tell me or your partner what was your decision in the story. Remember, they're using second person, so it's you. And I want you to think, would you have made a different choice than what this person made or what you made in the story? All right, very good. Okay, guys, so you've already read 298, 299. Basically, in the story, you decide that you're going to go home to your family, that you're not going to stay and fight. Now, did you have a different point of view than that was, which was expressed in this story? And ask yourself, why did you decide to stay and fight? Or if you didn't agree, if you decided to go home to your family, then tell me the reasons why you agreed with that decision in the story. Page 300 and 301. And I want you all to read and summarize what occurred right now. Go ahead and hit pause and summarize what happened. What was the sequence of events? Okay, so if you read and summarized, it should be along the lines that the Texians lost. They were outnumbered by the army. They were captured and killed, basically. The only people that were allowed to leave were the women and children. And but eventually, they caught up to him. Santa Anna, San Jacinto Houston actually attacked and caught Santa Anna by surprise. I want you all to reread paragraph 57 and answer me this question. How did he catch them by surprise? Okay, so basically caught him by surprise because him and his men were resting. And turn to page 302. And I want you all to reflect on the author's purpose for writing this selection. Go ahead and write your answer on the side of page 302 and answer me, what was the author's purpose for writing this selection? This one's a little bit more complicated. It's not as clear cut as previous stories where we had it was clearly persuasive, entertainment, informative. No, this one's a little bit different. So you're going to have to kind of wreck your brain a little bit and work through it. So basically, the purpose of the writing of this was basically the author wanted to inform the readers of history, but doing it in a way by providing narrative elements. In other words, you weren't there during the Battle of the Alamo, but she put that there to kind of pique your interest. And she used facts and details. So the purpose of this one was to inform and entertain. Okay, students, once you're done, I want you to go ahead and look at the collaborative discussion on page 301 and answer these questions for me in your text. And once you've completed them, go ahead and share them with a partner, please. And then we'll be doing a whole class discussion and reflection. All right, students, work hard, and I will speak to you very soon. Bye-bye.